We are back, and don't worry, we're just going to keep talking. I like Chad Brown a lot. He's in his 4th season at Centennial. We've got him on next, and we got a special thing coming up, just so you guys know. For the next half hour after Chad leaves, we're going to have Chris Bandy at Frontier, Christian Johnson at Miramonte, and Dennis Manning from Ridgeview. I don't know why I agreed to this, but we're going to have all 3 of them on for like a half hour, and I may just sit back and let those 3 go as long as they don't curse. I'm kidding. I'm totally in jest. But before we get to those guys, Chad Brown, welcome back. Chad, 4th year. So, again, your seniors were freshmen your first year there. How exciting is that for you, knowing that your culture is set in place there?
That's always an exciting thing. You think about that, and we've talked about it as coaching staff, that I don't think that you truly get everything going until you get that class that knows no one but you.
Yeah.
That's been at the top there. So it's exciting seeing this class go through. You keep tabs on them as freshmen, you go to freshman games, then JV, and then obviously working through their senior year here coming up. So it's definitely exciting to have them in place. I'm excited to see what they do, and it's a great bunch of kids.
And one of them leading the way, we'll talk about him for a little while, Colby Warren, who last week announced that he verbally committed to Fresno State, which for me I think is great that Tedford and his staff are really tapping back into the Valley again and getting a kid like Colby, ready to go and kind of solidified. Does a lot for you as a head coach, does a lot for them, and allows Colby himself to kind of really gear up for his senior year.
No, absolutely. I think with Colby, a lot of coaches came and go, where'd this guy come from? Because he wasn't a big name to begin with, and he earned every bit of that exposure and attention by the way he played his junior year. He was kind of a guy we weren't sure what he was going to do coming up because he wasn't as big as he is now. He was kind of slender and tall, and we weren't sure if he was going to be a skill guy or put his hand in the dirt or where that was going to be. And he came up and said, I want to be a defensive end. I want to play tight end. That's what I want to do, and I'm going to work for it. And he put in a ton of work last year and put together a really good film. And I remember specifically the Fresno coaches coming in and going, we're not gonna miss on a guy in the Valley. That's our priority. So that's definitely exciting, like you said, to see that Tedford and his staff are putting emphasis on the Valley, because there's really, really good players here that they shouldn't miss out on, and that should help another Valley team.
When you look at it, Chris Coleman, who played at West, graduated from Garces, is the only Kern County football player on that Fresno State roster, and that's got to change. Because you want guys staying close to home, staying in the Valley, being a part of it, allowing you guys as head coaches. Because, once Colby starting at Fresno State, you're going to spend your Saturdays up at Bulldog Stadium.
No, absolutely. We're very excited. I wanted Colby. I wanted to make sure I told him that I'm in his corner. I want him to pick the best place for him. But, a little part of me was really excited because we can go see him plenty of times once he's playing a lot. And that's exciting as a coach to go see your player grow and evolve at that next level, and I don't mind going to watch college football games either. That's fun.
All right, Chad, so here we are. Not a good year for you last year. I mean, 2 wins doesn't cut it for you. It doesn't make you excited at all as a head coach. You want to be able to take your team in the playoffs, but you guys have a very strict 500 or better rule. So you graduate all your seniors, and now you bring in a group that's hungry for winning. What is this? 2.5 weeks into fall camp, you had them all off season. You had them in 7-on-7. What gets you excited about this group?
What makes me excited is last year we had a ton of seniors, and again we did underperform, lost some really close games. But this group has a lot to prove. They had a lot to prove to us as a coaching staff. We didn't have a whole lot of penciled in. This is a starter, that's a starter, this is set like we did kind of last year.
Yeah.
So the whole team since January when we started our zero period, our lifting, and even coming out in the field and getting some work in, they've been jumping up and going 100% because they're trying to prove that they should be on the field, because they didn't kind of have that chance last year with some of the players we had and the established starters. So it's been really exciting watching them work all the way through offseason, even into practice these 2.5 weeks. Kids are fighting, and the depth chart's changing and evolving, and we haven't had that for a while there. We've kind of had people scheduled in that look like they're going to start, and that's exciting seeing kids hungry and then having some kids surprise you.
Well, it's funny that you bark out the word finish anytime you can, because that's the biggest thing. You had so many games last year where it was just, it was a missed snap, a missed assignment, this or that, a missed extra point away from maybe being a 5-5 team, 6-4 team.
100%. That's the big goal that we set. Sometimes you have goals that are so many wins or so many yards. Our goal is just kind of a mantra, and that was the finish. And that's been set by our, Colby Warren and Grant Bloom and some of our senior leaders there have said that they identified that. We knew that as a coaching staff, but they identified that early and said, this is what we need to do. And so everything we do, weight room, on the field is about finishing what we're doing, finishing strong, not having mental lapses late. And that's what we've been hammering down with the kids.
Grant Bloom, starting safety for you, is also going to help you out on offense at running back. Here's a guy who's already said, Coach, I'm not playing football at the next level. So he's going to give you everything he's got this year. How big of a leader is he going to be for you?
Oh, Grant's one of those guys that 100% is a lead by example, especially when it comes to not just playing hard, but doing anything you ask him to better the team.
Yeah.
He'll play any position. I think if we asked him to, he might kind of look at us weird, but even if we said, hey, put on 56 and play guard for us, he'd do it. And so we like that other kids see that. Hey, come play in the box. Hey, play safety. Hey, man up. Hey, play this zone. Play running back. Play receiver, both spots. Anything and everything we need him to do, he does. So that's huge, having other kids see that.
And you talk about, you weren't solidified at many positions. Where are you solidified, and where are you excited about? Who are you excited about on your team to get them out on the field next week against North?
It's always exciting to see Grant and Colby play, but we've kind of established them as go-to players. Some guys that have excited us so far is honestly we have 5 sophomores up. And there's a couple of sophomores there that have really done well on both sides of the ball. One of them is Ty Glass. Will probably be starting at running back for us. He provides some quickness and speed and burst, athleticism. Jacob Navarro is another big one. He's a starting inside linebacker at will, and he also plays inside receiver for us. And he's had talk about a kid that keeps his mouth shut and works. Anything and everything, he's given 100%. You watch him in drills, he's selling out, and he's earned a spot on the field too. So we're really excited about that group.
And when you look at it too, I mean, you've had great offensive linemen over the years, great defensive linemen over the years. In your 4 years there, is this probably the best skill position, guys? And I'm not taking anything away from the Hartsfield and Zach Hernandez from last year, but when you look at the speed that you have, is that going to bring a different dynamic to the team this year?
We think so. We do have some players there that have come in, and I think we're deeper at our skill position as far as not losing a beat once we come in, and that was important to us. Again, from January, getting a lot of reps, we found a lot of kids that stepped up, and we refined some skill sets that we didn't know were there. So I do feel at skill position we have some guys that can fit some roles and really do some exciting things for us, and we're definitely deeper there.
Chad, before we let you go, let's talk about your non-league schedule before you get in the SWL. You're at North, great rivalry game against your neighborhood rival. And then you play back-to-back weeks against Golden Valley. Yes. And it's not the same Golden Valley team. It's Golden Valley from the SYL, and then you head up to Merced to play Golden Valley. And then you've got 2 coastal teams in Rigetti out of Santa Maria, another Santa Maria team at home against St. Joseph. What do those 5 games really kind of set you up for?
I think it gives us a chance to really showcase what we've got going on. In the 2 years prior, we've been playing it seemed like every Division I team we'd see in the playoffs in the preseason, which is rough to do. If you somehow beat them, then you play them again later. It's tough to beat a really good team twice.
Right.
So with these teams, I don't want to say it sets us up to have a winning record. You want to win every game you play because there are some quality teams, like you said. North went deep in the playoffs last year. Rigetti and St. Joe's are kind of unknowns to us. Same with Merced.
You're going to get to know them really quickly, man.
Yeah, but I think it gives us a chance to compete, see someone we haven't seen before, and have our guys go out and show what they have and show what we got, and hopefully set us up for some wins and a successful preseason leading into the SWYL, which is always tough games week in and week out.
Friday night, you got a scrimmage at Ridgeview. I'm going to be out there, check out you guys, see what the Wolfpack have. We got their head coach, Dennis Manning, coming on next. Chad, good luck to you guys this year, and I'm sure that you guys are excited to get this thing rolling and get last year out of your mind. So good luck. Thank you again for coming in. I appreciate it. We're going to come back, and I'm not really sure how the next half hour is going to go, but we're going to try our best with Chris Bandy, Dennis Manning, Christian Johnson here in studio. We'll be right back.